Hey everyone, how's it going? That was a good way to start. Oh, it's now Monday morning over here, but it was Sunday, and sometimes I miss days. I don't know what day it is sometimes because everything seems to run together. I had a bit of a relax today for a change. I thought it might be a time for a bit of a break, so I had a bit of a break today, but that didn't stop the old Bitcoin Ascension machine from churning away beautifully. I'll wait till some people are on. There's someone. Hey Jane, how you going? Good to see you. Goody, people are coming on. Hello, hello, hello. Big hands. There we go, beautiful. Yeah, I was just talking to Clive Anderson before, and we're talking about timing and everything in business. And I learnt a lot over the years that business there's a lot of timing. You do things too soon, and it doesn't have the effect that you want. You can always release at the wrong time certain things, and I'm talking like normal businesses with products and things like that. You know, you've got to be careful when you release things like that. It's same with blockbuster movies. If they released Star Wars and a Harry Potter or sort of thing like years ago, if they release them on the same day, it wouldn't have the same effect. So a lot of the time it's all about timing on how you introduce things. And if you introduce a product into a flooded market, it doesn't have the same effect as if you release a product where there's a need for that product and no one else is doing it. I like to think of Bitcoin Ascension as something that no one else can do or is doing. I suppose other people can do it if they have the vision and see what we're trying to do here. I'd love to be able to tell everyone what I've got planned. I do have what you would call something like a 5-year plan for Bitcoin Ascension in terms of development and things like that. And really, it's more like a 50-year plan until the day I die or something like that. I'll always be doing something in development because it's important for anything. When you see it growing the way it's growing, and you've got to keep that momentum going and things like that. Things can't stagnate, and with any sort of opportunity or business or life, you don't want your life all stagnant. You want to keep living and not just purely existing from day to day. It's because when you do that, you sort of reflect back and realise, what the hell have I been doing? For, 5 years, what have I been doing? I intend to make the next 5 years the most exciting years of my life. Of course, first and foremost is making sure Bitcoin Ascension is there and flourishing, not just existing but flourishing, really living. It'll become its own living, breathing creature. And I was saying to Clive, and he said, it's even if he doesn't understand the full impact of the matrix and in terms of how it works and everything like that, because they are a bit tricky. You've got to have sort of the mindset for it sort of thing to fully understand a matrix and everything like that. But I said to him, it's Bitcoin Ascension. It will never just be a matrix. There'll be a lot more to it than that. Matrix was just a way to start it off. That's all it was. It'll always be there all the way through, start to finish, in our lifetimes. Never worry about that. I won't be changing what I'm doing. I'll just be enhancing what I'm doing and giving people lots of opportunities to be able to earn with Bitcoin Ascension, so they don't have to keep jumping around from place to place to place to make an income and change their lives. So, we'll be a one-stop shop, so to speak. And he was also talking about, even though, even if he didn't fully believe or understand the matrix and things like that, he couldn't get over the people, the quality of the people that are in Bitcoin Ascension, the good people, and that's you guys. And Clive's a very honest, down-to-earth man and everything like that, so I enjoyed a little conversation with him, just typing away. I think if we started talking together, I'd never get a live done because I think we'd just be talking because we're a lot alike. He's a man of vision himself, and went with trust. And I said to him, in terms of with the people of Bitcoin Ascension, a lot of programs and businesses and things like that try and get everyone in. Doesn't matter who they are, just get them all in, and that'll pay it. And it works to a certain extent, but it doesn't last. What I've always said, I've said this for years, with many programs I've gone into, I haven't just looked for anyone if I had to recruit or something like that. I've always gone with the saying of quality over quantity. You get the quality in, the type of people like we have here in Bitcoin Ascension. These are the people who care and want to give and want to help and assist, and they love and they want a life, not just to make the money, but they really want to change not just their lives but the lives of everyone around them. And you get enough people doing that, guess what? You've got the world changed anyway. You get quality people like yourselves in, and then the quantity comes, because it's like a building. I know this analogy has been used before, but it's like a building. You build it, on sandy foundations, and it's not going to last. It's going to fall down. But you build it on a bedrock of quality, like what we have here with Bitcoin Ascension, with the members here. It's going to stand forever, because bedrock doesn't crumble away, does it? And that's what we are. We are the solid foundation of what Bitcoin Ascension is going to be. So you can consider yourselves founding members, so to speak, because you are the foundation of what Bitcoin Ascension will be over the years. So give yourself a clap for that, because it's always the first people that come in that are the gutsiest of the lot. I know you always get people who'll join anything and stuff like that, and then they find out later, what works and what doesn't. They like to hedge their bets and things like that. Unfortunately, people like that aren't usually very successful, because they can't focus. But what we've got here is a lot of people focusing really, really well, and even people who sort of drifted away are coming back and realising that we are here to stay. And the reason we're here to stay isn't because, I developed, a matrix that's better than everyone else's and things like that. It's got a lot of great qualities and stuff that others don't and everything like that. But the reason people are coming back and the reason we're going strong and getting stronger is because of all of you. A matrix is just a program. It's you guys that make Bitcoin Ascension what it is. And that's what I mean, quality over quantity. You get the quality first and the quantity come afterwards. And add more quality. That's what I mean. Even with the quantity, we're getting the right people in. And, when you look at marketing and things like that, especially a lot of you guys see it on Facebook, the marketers, the gurus with their teams of 100 and 200 people and things like that. We've got a team of like 3,000 people right now. We blow every other, quite a few of the other marketers. I know there's some big marketers out there with huge teams and things like that go into programs and they instantly succeed like that. That's what we're doing here. But instead of me building a team of, say, 10,000 people here or 100,000 people here, so I can say, look at me, I'm a huge leader, and then take wherever we go, you'd make a ton of money. I'm building that team of 100,000, with all of you, and you're all building it. It's not just me, building, but we're all building it, to create one big team. But we're not taking that team anywhere. We're not going to jump into other programs and things like that. That's not what I'm doing. I know others do, but that's not what I do. But instead of doing that, I'm bringing the opportunities to Bitcoin Ascension so we can just stay where we are. It just makes more sense to me. Instead of trying to get everyone and contact everyone and say, oh, we're all over here now. I'm bringing it all in. Bitcoin Ascension is going to be one big global organisation sort of thing with many streams of income for everyone. And with the way I'm going to be designing it. But again, timing is everything. You cannot bring things in too soon, or they don't have the effect you want. And it's not just about the business side. It's also about the developing of Bitcoin Ascension, the name, and things that will enhance everything that I introduce to Bitcoin Ascension. So the enhancements are just as important as programs and money making programs that you can bring in and everything. So that's why I do what I do, and obviously the reason I can't say, as I've explained before, that there are opportunists out there who they come into groups like this and they say, oh yeah, I'm part of it, and all they're doing is gathering as much information as they can so they can copy it and hopefully profit from it. And a few have tried and they failed. So and others are still trying. Pardon me. And while I I never bear ill will to anyone wanting to succeed in life, I hope they come to the realisation if they just work, everyone works together, we've got to do it anyway. So it's not about being first. It's about, you know, it's about everyone. You know, it's not about being first. It's not about being famous. Never has been, never will be for me. I only built Bitcoin Ascension because I saw a need. And I understood matrices. That's why I did it with a matrix, you know. But that doesn't mean I can't bring in other things, and I will at the right time. So, you know, you need patience, and again, we need to build that foundation, because while 3,000 members, we've got over 4,000 accounts, but while there's 3,000 members that are active with Bitcoin Ascension, that's a great foundation, but we really want a bigger foundation. So when you're talking to people and introducing to people, remember, you want people like you in here. You know, not people who just want handouts and things like that. You know, hand-ups are great. Handouts aren't so great. In terms of when you're trying to build something where you want to help the world. If someone suggested to me we should have like a, you know, PIF people in, pay it forward for people in. And I'm thinking, every program I've seen where they have a pay it forward facility installed, the program fails, because unfortunately you're not getting the quality in. You're just making numbers, and it's costing you a fortune to bring these people in who sit there, and because they haven't had to try and work for what they've got, they've just been given it. They don't do anything. They don't appreciate it. They don't see what it could become. They just expect things to be done for them. While I'm all for helping people all the time, I do it daily, and I love it. You know, people have to fight, you know, to have a good life. Unfortunately, it's not a utopia in this world. So yeah, they have to fight. So, you know, I'm all for, like, you know, I paid my son in. Okay, now my son, and I didn't bring him right at the very start. He had to wait for a few people, but I brought him in, and he's profited from it, and it's actually helped his career a bit, which is great, with his cameras and things like that, because none of that's cheap. And but then again, he's gone, you know, he hasn't just gone, thanks beauty, I'll just let me know when I get paid, you know, which is the attitude a lot of people you pay it forward for. They just want to know when they're getting paid, and they don't appreciate what they've got. But he's like produced photographs and then made ads out of them for Bitcoin Ascension. And he's only like 18 years old, sort of thing. It's not like he's a seasoned old war veteran like I am when it comes to programs and things like that. But he does believe in what we're doing, and he is talking to charities and things like that. Being in university, there are charity groups around, and there's different niches in a university, and he talks to those people. And he's actually brought a few people in, so I'm very proud of him. But I may have given him that spot, but he's never asked for anything. He's only ever asked what he can do to help, you know, in his own way. And for a kid with no experience in marketing and things like that, I think he's done a pretty damn good job. And there's been plenty of people in here who've never marketed before who are bringing people in. You know why? Because you're bringing people like you in. And that's a lot easier than trying to grab someone who, you know, just jumps from program to program and things like that. I mean, it's not hard to get them in, but they'll never fully appreciate what they have. And I mean, that's just my opinion, but I've seen this a lot over the years, and that's why I'm passing it on to you guys. So basically, the whole point is the foundation of Bitcoin Ascension is you. You are the people that are going to make Bitcoin Ascension great, not me. All of us. It's not about me, it's about we, obviously. And that holds true in so many different ways. You think about different aspects of your life, and how it's not about me, it's about we, and how you get so much more done when you make it about we, and that's what we're doing here, and that's what all of you are doing. I've seen the posts today, you know, something big is coming, and things like that. Nice and hypey. I'm not a hypey person, but that's nice and hypey. Something big is coming, but I didn't see it as a hypey thing. I saw it as you guys being excited about something big coming, and it is big as far as I'm concerned. In terms of, you know, these programs on Facebook, this is huge, and it's not just one thing. There's three things, you know. I think at least three things so far that I want to bring in over the next few weeks if I can. One of them might take a little longer, but it's going to be well worth it. And other ideas we've got are in pipeline and things like that. And again, it's all about timing and when to do it. So, but yeah, I've got quite a few things being worked on. The thing I'm talking about, like yesterday, and something big is coming, that's one particular thing. But other things may come shortly afterwards, you know, and things like that. So big things are coming, not just something big. It's big things are coming. But I want to be able to make sure that I can produce them at a timely rate. I can't try and introduce them all at once and things like that. Otherwise, it'll get confusing for people and things like that. So I want to do one at a time. But they're all in the pipeline, and they all may finish at the same time in terms of development of what I'm trying to do. But I won't release them all at once. It's all about when is the right time. So, and I don't want to rush anyone anyway. So we've got nothing but time, guys. You know, think about what you've done over the last 5 years, sort of thing, and where you are today, and think about working with us for the next 5 years and where you're going to be. It's going to be truly, truly amazing, and it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to join. It's never too late to get stuck in with the juicing and things like that to help out. Don't let your pride get in the way, and don't let procrastination get in the way of you succeeding. There's always that little voice in your head, and I'm not talking about hearing voices, but you all know that voice in your head. It's called almost always talking. No matter what decision you made, there's always that little voice in your head where you're thinking, and it's always telling you to be careful and stop and think and maybe not do this and things like that. It's always trying to stop you, and that's human nature. That's your brain protecting you from harm. Okay, that's what it's all about. And as we get older, we learn about consequence and things like that, so we can think about that. But there's always that little voice in your head that is always trying to stop you from doing things. Saying, "Oh, you'll get to it tomorrow." They try and make it. It's like it tries to make it easier for you. You know, "Oh, we can get that done tomorrow. Don't worry about today. You've had a rough day, or you know, it's been too hot today, so you don't really feel like sitting there. Just do it tomorrow," and things like that. But that's the sort of thing that goes through your head. They're the excuses you make to stop doing things you want to do to actually succeed. So by listening to that voice, and it's I don't know if it's a scientific fact, but it is a psychological fact that we have this little voice in our head that tries to make our life easier. But while it sounds like it's making our life easier, it's actually stopping us from having a better life. And really think about it, what I've said. You know, have that thing in the back of your head, and you'll start noticing it. Recognize it. That's the only way you can get through it. You recognize it. And the people that do recognize they've got that little voice that always tries to stop them or seems to want to make your life easier is actually stopping you from making your life easier. It's a double-edged sword. So be aware of that. I think that's really important for you guys to know. And I'm sure a lot of you already do know about this. That's why you're here, and that's why you promote so hard and things like that. You don't listen to that little voice trying to stop you. You go, "No, I want to succeed. I need to succeed. I want to live. I don't just want to live for me. I want my family to live. And I want you know, the people that I love around me in my life to live." And so that's why you can't listen to that little voice, even if he seems to be on your side, okay, or she, he or she seems to be on your side. Make your own decisions. Don't just listen to that voice, okay? Even if it seems like they're making perfect sense, it's making perfect sense. All it's doing is stopping you, okay? So there you go. There's my psychological evaluation for everyone today. But yeah, it's a huge thing. I learned about it a long time ago, and that's why I don't listen to that voice that always tries to stop me from doing things. You know, danger, Will Robinson type thing. And that's why I've built Bitcoin Ascension, and that's why I have the ideas I have for Bitcoin Ascension and where I want to take it. And Tom's the same. He has these ideas too. And a lot of people look at us and go, oh, yeah, you're nuts. You're never going to get something like that done. And I'm thinking, you're listening to that voice in your head. You're not, you know, listening to yourself. You're listening to that little voice. And that's why governments don't like, you know, allowing brand new innovative things coming in. They always try and reject it first, because it's that almost always talking, saying, oh, careful, this could damage your career, or this could damage the country, you know, and things like that. And it stops them from accepting, where we all know logically it's the right thing to do. It's sort of like with Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency and something, a world coin that's fair in every country. Should have happened already. The things that stopped it is fear and greed. But it will still happen. It's like the internet. They didn't want that either. Can't control it, you know. You know, and look where it is today. The world wouldn't run without it. Everything is shut down without computers and in the internet and things like that. You know, people were against machinery because it would replace people's jobs and things like that. But again, we wouldn't get through the world we live in today without that machinery. We'd be back in the Stone Age times, so to speak. You know, getting things done. And but instead of rejecting these sorts of things, it's work with them, and you'll still have a job. But the idea was to always give you a life, you know, and stuff like that. Just some people have capitalised on things like machinery and computers and internet sort of thing, and for their own personal gain instead of the world's gain. That's why you have so many phone companies bringing out different phones. If they all work together, they bring out the perfect phone that we all need to communicate with. But it's all about competing and making money. Even though the innovations are fantastic, you get all those minds together, think what they could do, you know. And the world would be an easier place. All right, enough of my preaching. I'm going to have a little bit of water because I've been coughing a lot. I had a great conversation earlier tonight. Oh, that's better. I had a great conversation earlier tonight because of my big plans of wanting to move to Wales, and I want to do that in weeks, not months. This is how soon I want to be over in sunny Wales. Just kidding. But Wales in general anyway. The sun does shine there. I was over there and I did see it. So it does exist. And it's such a beautiful country. It really, really is. And my heart is set on going there. I can't think of anything else. You know, it's Bitcoin Ascension, but I need to get to Wales. I really need to get to the United Kingdom as soon as I can. That's where my life will start, to be honest, in my own personal journey. That's where my life will start. And if I could be there tomorrow, I would. But I was having a conversation with someone on a phone call, and I was trying to learn some of the Welsh suburb names, you know, county towns and things like that. And I'm trying to pronounce these words, and it's not easy. And me and the other person were in fits of laughter of me trying to pronounce these words. Seriously, I thought my tongue was going to break. Just trying to work out what the letters were. And then they'd say what the word was. I go, well, why did you need that letter? It doesn't need to be there. I suppose it's like the word knife, isn't it? You know, we've got a K in it. Why? You know. But yeah, it was fun. It was very funny. And I made complete ass of myself, sort of thing. You know, trying to pronounce these words and just getting it completely wrong. I have no idea. I've got to learn this stuff. Well, some of it as best I can. But it was very funny, and I enjoyed it very, very much. And yeah, so it's good. It's good to have a good laugh every now and then. But yeah, I'm focused on getting to the United Kingdom. I don't listen to that voice in my head that says you can't make it, it's too far, because it isn't too far. The world's a very small place these days, and I won't. You know, I can do this, and I will do this. And as I said, I want to do it in weeks. And Tom's helping me to be able to do this. Tom's been amazing with seeing my my dream of getting to the UK, even though he thinks I'm mad for leaving Australia. But he's been so supportive and helping me in that direction, and I can't say enough about him in terms of how generous he actually is. You know, once you get to know the real Tom and things like that, your mind basically would explode with what a generous and nice guy he is. He's actually a very shy sort of fella. So I love teasing him. That's when we go on those lives together. He sort of loosens up a bit because I'm an idiot, and it makes him laugh and everything like that. And but he seems proper to a lot of people, you know, and he is a very proper gentleman. But you should see him when he lets go, sort of thing. And he's a very funny man. He'll be my friend forever. He really is one of my best friends forever. And not because he's helping me get to Wales and things like that. Because he actually cares and he's a good person, you know. No matter what the crap you hear about him, you'll hear that about anyone who's actually trying to do something decent. He's a good person at heart. He's got a lot to learn. When I was his age, I didn't know half the stuff he knows. My God, I've had to it's taken me another 20 years to get to where he's got, and he's still got more to learn and things like that, of course. But he is learning, and but I appreciate him very, very much. You know, how a person nearly half my age sort of thing, and we get along like a house on fire. You know, helps that I'm a bit of a kid too. So, yeah, so thank you for Tom for that. And we should all be thanking Tom right now, especially in the comments, saying thank you, Tom. Before I even tell you what's going on, you should be saying thank you, Tom. Getting back to BA business and not just my personal life and me getting to Wales, because it's the most important thing in my life, to be honest, is that... well, you know how we had 2,000 clicks, you know, done thanks to you guys and things like that, and Tom putting a bit of his money in as well, sort of matching what you guys are putting in, so we were able to buy 2,000 clicks. So keep if you haven't donated to the co-op yet, get stuck in, guys. It's one of the best ways you'll have, and then you don't have to worry about that little voice in your head because you've already done something and you go, ha, I've already done it. So shut up. So so get stuck into that. The posts are up there. With a Bitcoin address and PayPal. If you're sending a Bitcoin, put something in the comments saying you sent it to the Bitcoin address. That way I know it's you, because we don't really get a name. With PayPal, we sort of get a name. So the reason I said make sure you say thanks to Tom is because he put a lot of his own money in today to buy clicks, and now we have over 5,000 clicks for the 3 funnels. Not 2,000, but 5,000. He really stepped up. And he's really going hard with this, and I think we all owe Tom a big thank you for one single person sort of thing doing this. That's how much he believes in what we're doing, and how much he believes in you guys. Because when the donations were coming in for the co-op, he was like blown away with how many people were doing it. And I said, oh, more will come. Don't worry. There's some haven't heard and things like that. And again, you know, we get bits dribbling in. Which is great. Not the amounts dribbling, but you know, coming in sporadically. It's fantastic. And personally, I don't care if it's $5 or $500 that you're putting in, sort of thing. It's all important. It really, really is. You can only put in what you can afford. And Tom went out today and, you know, bought another basically 3,000 clicks, and give us just over 5,000 clicks, 5,400 clicks I think we have now on those funnels. That is fantastic, because we've already got people joining, people coming to the group and things like that as well to check it out if they haven't actually joined. But Elaine's been telling me we've had so many people register, different people, new people register. Some have upgraded, some haven't yet. They're trying to find out whether we're the real thing or not. So make sure when, you know, in posts and things like that, you know, we show them we're the real thing. We really are. We're going to be working together, and our numbers are going to swell like you wouldn't believe. And this is the time to really hit the pedal to the metal and really go strong on this. And of course, when there's something big comes, it's going to be very, very exciting. So you want to say, well, I was there when all this happens and things like that. You know, this will reshape what people thought Bitcoin Ascension was. Oh, it's just another matrix program. No, it's not, and it never will be. It's going to be massive. Absolutely massive, the things we're bringing in, and stuff that's never been done before, and that's why I'm so excited about it. And I'm just trying to do things differently, because when you think about it and you really look at it, for a lot of you guys, especially the marketers, with the programs that have been out there, you know, the way that it's been going isn't working. So I'm just trying to work out a way to fix it so it does work. It's about bloody time, I think. I can't believe it hasn't been done before. And I think people have tried with good intention and just done it wrong. I think the key was working with Bitcoin, because I've seen some good people with good programs be shut down by governments and things like that. It hasn't been their fault. It's been governments and all governing bodies and things like that that have shut these people down. And what they were trying to do was something, and they had millions of people with them. So don't think we're only at like 3,000 members. This is just the beginning. You know, this is what I mean. We want 4 million, 5 million people in Bitcoin Ascension, 10 million people. It can be done, and it has been done with things that didn't work. And this is something that does work. So think how many people we can get. But remember, go for the quality. Always go for the quality. Go for the people like yourselves. People who want to make a difference, and people who want to have a life, but not at the expense of everyone else, but, you know, to enhance everyone else's lives at the same time. It'll be symbiotic, believe me. And there's one other thing that I want to bring in. If I bring that in, it's never been done before at all, ever, in a program. I know that for a fact. So I can't wait to see if I can actually do this. It's a difficult thing, but and it wasn't even my idea, it was Tom's. But he gave me the idea, and then of course my brain went ba-doing, and off I went. We can do this. It's really, really exciting. If we can get that done, it's really gonna supercharge what we're doing, and but also supercharge saving the world at the same time. So it's going to benefit everyone. As I said, I like a win-win situation. So help with the co-op. Tom's put in like a heap. He's put his money where his mouth is. He hasn't just tried to get everyone else to do it. He's over 5,000 clicks now, so he's already over doubled what we put in. So I think we should support him by the people who haven't yet, sort of thing, donating. Even if it's $5-10, it's fine. As I said, 3,000 members. You put $10 in. What have we got? 30 grand. Hello, you know, that's how simple it is, and it really is that simple. And think how many clicks that'd be, but you know, but yeah, so that's what's really exciting. I've had a lot of testimonials come in over the last few days, live testimonials, fantastic stuff. Juliet's was actually rather moving and put a tear in my eye because she got a little upset during it. Because it means that much to her and her life, and she explains a bit about her life and everything like that. So if you haven't seen Juliet Carol's, make sure you see it. It's a very heartwarming one. Clive Anderson's done a great one. Chrissy Stevenson, names again, but I think that's right. Chrissy Stevenson, who joined us, I had coffee with her last week. She's only just joined us and everything like that, and she's done a live testimonial. She actually did 3 because you had to get one that she liked. So. But she's made a live testimonial, and she's only been with us for a week. You know, this is what I mean. She's just seen what she's seen and what she's heard and listened to me gabble on like I have been tonight, and to realise, and she's bringing people in that she wants to help and who want to help themselves as well. It's very important that you want to help yourself, and by doing that we help others at the same time. So yeah, so that competition will close fairly soon. End of the week. I'll do it at the end of the week. I'll close it off, and then I'll give out those 20 accounts, early accounts, to the winners. I don't know how many I've got exactly. I'm going to have a look and write down all the names, but I think I've got nearly 20 as it is. So, as I said, if it goes well past 20, then I'll pick 20 testimonials, and those people will win. But remember, video testimonials are very important for any company that wants to show people, you know, show us what you got, and that's what you guys can do, you know. And then we'll put them all up on YouTube, make sure they're all in the category, and everyone can go there and like them, comment on them, and view them, and we'll make them go viral. And that's another way, without it costing you a cent, without taking any time. YouTube is fantastic. Go in, do the playlist, put the sound off you go. You've done your part. With 3,000 members, we should have 3,000 views at least, and that'll make those go viral. It really, really will. So do your part, and you'll succeed. You know, listen to that little voice in your head, and you're going to be where you are right now, 5 years later, unfortunately. You know, you've really got to seize the day, so to speak, and reach for that success that you really, really want. You know, don't listen to anyone, let alone your little voice, but don't listen to anyone telling you can't, because you can. Anyone can succeed. Anyone. It's not a privilege thing. It's not. You have to have a super brain, because hello, I don't. I'm just a normal guy. You know, and look what we're doing. This is the thing. Don't think you have to be anything incredible sort of thing to be able to succeed in life. You don't. You know, I've seen some absolute fools succeed in life with a weird idea that, you know, that they had and it was made successful, but they weren't a super brain to begin with. So don't ever think you're not worthy enough or you're not bright enough or anything like that. You are, because you've joined us here and taken action. That makes you a brainiac as far as I'm concerned, and a person with a big heart and a lot of courage, because it's always scary doing something we're not used to doing, and that's what Bitcoin Ascension is going to do. It's going to show people something that's things that have never been done before, all in one program, and people are going to go, wow, you know, this is the way it should be from the beginning, you know, because we're not about just the me, we're about everyone. And that as well, you know, but we're not going to step on necks to get there. So we're not a corporate ladder here. We're people trying to make a difference. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? Anything else? Nothing really, because I as I said, I had a bit of a relax today. I even played a bit of Xbox, which is really weird for me. I don't usually get time, but I had a bit of a relax for my Sunday. And the conversation I had, the phone call I had, trying to pronounce those Welsh names was hilarious. I cannot wait to get there. And when I am going, I'm going to be doing like lives at the airport. Here I am at the airport, and you can follow me going over. And every time I get internet or something like that, I'll be doing a quick live on where I am and you know, what airports I'm in and things like that. It'll be fantastic. And then of course when I finally get to Wales, it's just I can't wait. So I'll do a massive live from there. And it'll be fantastic, and you know, and I'll try and do lives with some different people over there too. See if they'll jump on camera with me and put up with me while I do my live, and because this is all about the people, you know what I mean. So you know, if I can get 10 people from Brisbane who are in the group sort of thing, all to come around at the same time, and the Gold Coast and stuff. We can all meet on a certain day. We can do a live all together. Hello, we're here. You know, because this is about all of you guys. It's not just about what I'm gabbling on about. It's about everyone. You know, everyone's opinion is important. So that'd be fantastic for that sort of thing. I'd like to get something like that organised, and just go down and say hi. You know, it's not a sales pitch or anything. It's just saying hi. We're here. We're real people, and we want to succeed in life, and we want the world to be a better place for our children. And our children's kids and things like that well after we're gone. That's why we're here, you know. So if you know people that are in the group and you live all close together, you should get together and just do a live. Do it in Bitcoin Ascension or something like that. Do a live and say, hi, we're here, you know. Welcome from, you know, the UK, USA and things like that. But if you've got people who are close together, these are people who are going to help you succeed. Get to know them, you know, and work with them, keep it, you know, make sure the respect's there and all that sort of thing. But, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about the people, and you guys are the people. So it's probably a good idea if we can do that. So if some of you guys don't procrastinate about meeting up, set a time. You know, okay, next Sunday, let's get together at the local pub or whatever. Just do, you know, someone will have an iPad or a phone and, you know, get everyone in like this. Hey, everyone, you know, and, you know, say your names and things like that. And I think that'd be really, really exciting. You do a group testimonial, a video testimonial, and say, hey, you know, we love Bitcoin Ascension because Ivan's a nutcase, which it probably wouldn't be far from the truth. All right, I'm going to get going. I've got, as I said, these things, these big things coming and things. I've got to work on those. And get them organised and everything like that. So I'm going to be very busy doing that. So exciting stuff ahead. I can't wait. And if you're not excited, wake yourselves up, be excited, because this is something to be really, really excited about. And I know the waiting's killing you; it's killing me as well, because I know what it is. So and it's still killing me because I want to get it up and show the world what Bitcoin Ascension's all about. So I'll get going. I love you all very much. Yeah, I know I say it a lot, but it's because I mean it, and it's not hard to say. You know, it's not a cliche. You know, you guys are everything to me. I started with a little idea, and it would be nowhere without all of you. So of course I love you, because we're all going to succeed together. So it's going to be fantastic. I'll catch you all again tomorrow, and I've been answering messages and things like that, and listening to posts. Keep the co-op payments coming in if you haven't yet, or if you know someone who doesn't know what's going on, let them know. It's really important that we really accelerate from here and not just drift along. We want to accelerate, and we want to get to 10,000 clicks. We're halfway there already, and it's only been 4 or 5 days, and we're already halfway there. So pitch in, guys, and have a beautiful day. Some people Sunday still. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.